Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Nisha. This is our part 3 of Structures and Pointers series. So, in this session, we are going to talk about how easily we can copy the data of structure variable and how we can store multiple data in a structure, means arrays of structure. So, let us start. Is it possible to copy from one structure variable to another structure variable? That is the question here. Okay, so we already studied it is possible to copy from one variable to another variable if it's an integer or a character or if it's a string. Is it? A is equal to B means the value of B will assign to A. Okay, same like is it possible to copy from the structure variable to a structure variable? That is the question. So just go through the example. Struct student, then int admission number, character name of 25 size, float mark. And the structure definition is this. Student is the data type. Okay, now I declared one variable for student, student S1. And initialization. You remember initialization? Yeah. Put equal to the sign, then the collection. Put a brace open, then 1001 I put for admission number, Ajay name I put, then 290.00 is the mark. Then brace close semicolon. So S1, in S1 we know already 1001 in admission number, then Ajay in name column, then 290.00 in mark column. So just show the output of S1 means cout S1 dot admission number slash T I put for space, then S1 dot name slash T again I put for space S1 dot mark. So here we will get 1001, then Ajay, then 290.00. Is it? So this is possible or not? Student S2 is equal to S1. So S2 is the new variable of student. S1 also a student type, C, student type. So S1's value will copy to S2 or not? That is the question. Yeah, it is possible because S1 and S2 are same data type. So we can copy S1's value to S2 in the direct way. See, only one single statement is enough for copying S2 dot admission number as 1001, S2 dot name as Ajay, and S2 dot mark as 290. So just we can write student space S2. S2 is the variable name, then equal to S1. S1 is the existing variable. So the existing variable will copy to where? In S2 variable. Okay. See, it is possible because S1 and S2 are having same data type, that is student. Understood now? Yeah. So the output of S2 is what? S2 dot admission number is 1001, S2 dot name is Ajay, S2 dot mark is 290. Okay, clear? Okay, here I put two boxes, structure definition. Just read the definition. Struct test underscore 1. That is the structure name. Then brace open. Int A, float B. These are the elements here. Brace close. Then T1 is the variable. At the definition time itself, we declared it T1 is equal to initialization method. Brace open 3 comma 2.5. Brace close semicolon. What is the meaning of this? Test 1 is the user defined data type. Int A and float B are the elements used in test 1 Then T1 is equal to 3 comma 2.50 means what? 3 will assign to A and 2.5 will assign to B. That is the meaning. Is it? Same style of another structure. Just read. Struct test2 is the structure name. Then brace open int A float B, same elements of test1. Okay, see the same elements of test1 I put here. Int A semicolon float B semicolon brace close, and here T2 is the variable. I didn't initialize anything. But I want to copy all the elements of T1 to T2. T1 to T2. So is it possible, same like student S2 is equal to S1, same like is it possible to copy T2 is equal to T1 or not? That is the question here. The output of T1 is now T1 dot A 3, T1 dot B is 2.5. Is it? So T2 is equal to T1. Is it possible? No, it is not possible because T2 is the variable of test2 and T1 is the variable of test1. So, if it's different variables, different data types, we can't copy. So, just read that. If two different structures contain same elements, their variables cannot be assigned. If two different structures means two different data types of structure, but contains the same elements. See here, test1 is the name, test2 is the another structure, but the elements are same. But then also the variables cannot be assigned. Understood? It's important. So just listen carefully. If two different structures contain same elements, their variables cannot be assigned. So this is T2 is equal to T1 is what? It is invalid. But we can copy. How we can copy? Just see. T2 dot A is equal to T1 dot A because both A are integer data type. So T2 dot A, structure variable T2 dot A, the element A is equal to structure variable T1 dot the element A, means the value of T1 dot A will copy to T2 dot A. So same like T2 dot B is equal to T1 dot B, means the T1 is a structure existing structure variable. The element B, the value of B will copy to T2 structure variable dot B. Okay, this statement is valid. Okay, understood now? So copying from one variable to another, if it's a structure type, means it is possible only if the structure data type is same, then only we can copy. Otherwise, we want to give each element by element we can copy. Direct it is not possible. Understood? Okay, it is important. Okay, now okay, arrays of structure. Arrays we already studied. Arrays means what? Arrays means multiple data of same type we can store in single name. That is arrays. Arrays of structure means what? The structure also we can make it into an array. Is it possible? Yeah, it is possible. How we can do that? So see, the first point is an array of structure can be defined as the collection of structure variables. Array of structure means collection of structure variables. So structure variables collection. Collection means n number of structure variables we can create. That is array of structure. Okay. So where each variable contains information about different entities. So each variable, so one variable can assign one student details. So same like another variable can store same style of data but another student's details. That is different entities, different things we can store in, different values we can store in it. That is arrays of structure. Understood? So array of structure can be defined as collection of structure variables where each variable contains information about different entities. Okay. Now next point. Why we are using this? If we want to store a group of students details, we will use array of structures. Group of student details, group of employees details, group of product details. So we want to store multiple data means we can use arrays of structure. So what to do? What is the syntax? So the syntax is structure name space, structure name space, structure variable, and in the square bracket size. Same style array declaration. If it's an integer data type, int space a of 10, like that we'll declare for array. Is it? So here structure name, that is the data type here. So structure name space, then structure variable. What is the variable we are using? That one. Then in the square bracket size. Then put semicolon. Okay, see one example. So student we already defined earlier. So same student, I want to store 3 students details. So what to do? Student is the data type here. S is the variable I am using and 3 is the size. Then semicolon. So this is the way of array declaration. Okay, structure variable, we can make it into an array. That is, just put the size, how much you need in a square bracket. Understood now? Okay. Structure name space, structure variable size. See, that is the syntax. So examples, array substructure, student space s of 3. So what is the meaning of this student space s of 3? Student is the data type, S is the array name, and 3 is the size. That is the meaning. Is it? That means 3 students details we can store in it. What is the student structure? The later we studied what is the structure. Same example I used here also for student. Admission number, name and mark. Okay. These are the details we are going to store for 3 students. So S is the variable and 3 is the size. This is the way of declaration. Now next is how to access the values. After declaring we can assign the values, is it? Or we can input the values. So how we can input? So the syntax is cin, cin for inputting cin. So no need of detailing anything about cin, is it? Yeah. Cin structure variable, what is the variable? Then the index number we want to put in the square bracket. Then dot element, okay? Structure variable, then in the square bracket, index number, then dot element. Here we want to use the index number. After that only dot element. Understood? Yeah. See the example. Cin S of 0. S of 0 means first student, first cell index number. So the first student admission number we are going to input. S of 0 dot admission number. The same row itself, S of 0 itself dot name. Then same S of 0 dot mark. That means first student's admission number, then his or her name, then mark. Okay, then for the next student, S of 1, see the index number? S of 1 dot admission number. S of 1 dot name for the second student name. Then S of 1 dot mark for the second student mark. Okay, then the third student, S of 2 dot admission number, S of 2 dot name, S of 2 dot mark. Understood now? This is the way of inputting. So where we want to put the index number, structure variable is the array. So at the structure variable, we want to use it as structure variable and the square bracket index number dot element name. Understood now? See, now we'll get the structure like this. Admission number is the column name is the other one, mark is the third one. Then S of 0, S of 1, S of 2 are the columns, rows we created. So S of 0, 3452 is the admission number, Vaishak is the name, 270.00. 3543 is the second student's admission number. Gokul is the name. 300 is mark. Then S of 2, 2345, Smita is the name. 250.00. See? So only what we want to specify? Index number with structure variable. Okay. So this is the way of assigning arrays of structure. Understood now? Okay. Okay. Now just see the definition there. Struct student int ADMNO character name of 25 size float mark. Okay, then brace close. Then S38 is the size. That means, what is the meaning? We want to store 38 students' details. Okay, so 38 variables are there for the structure now. Arrays of structure. Arrays S. So the size is 38. So we already studied how to input the details. But if 38 students means, is it possible to write from 0th position to 37? It is difficult, is it? But the statement is same. C in S of index number dot element name. So, if you want to repeat from 0th to 37 means, yeah, for loop we can use. Okay, so how we can use for loop? For int I is equal to 0, I less than 38, I plus plus. Cn S of I dot admission number. S of I dot admission number means first time the value of I is 0 now. So S of I means S of 0. So S of 0 dot admission number. Then S of I dot name, that means S of I dot S of 0 dot name. Then S of I dot mark, S of 0 dot mark. Then after that I plus plus. Is it? So again, it is less than 38. So Cin S of 1 dot admission number, S of 1 dot name, S of 1 dot mark. So the statement will repeat till I is equal to 37. Understood now? Where we put the index number with the structure variable. Then after that, put dot, then the element name. Okay. The other one, how to display it. So same for loop. For int I is equal to 0, I less than 38, I plus plus, C out, S of I dot admission number, S of I dot name, S of I dot mark. So again 0, I value 0. So S of 0 dot admission number, S of 0 dot name, S of 0 dot mark. So first student's details will display. Then again I plus plus, then it will check, is it less than 38? Yes. So S of 1 dot admission number, S of 1 dot name, S of 1 dot mark. So you'll get the second student details. Is it? Yeah. So it's easy, no? So this is the way of using arrays of structure. Okay. Now I'll show you one program. See. Print admission number, name and mark of 5 students. So 5 students details we want to input and we want to display it. So what to do? So same style, hash include IOStream using namespace std, then declare the structure. See the structure here, student name, int admission number, character name of 20 size, mark, float mark, then brace close, S of 5. See, S of 5 means 5 students details. S is the variable, then 5 students details we want to put, so size is 5 now. Then put semicolon. Then after that, int main, program starts. Then int I declared in the top itself, first statement itself, because I need to use I variable throughout the program. So I declared it first. Then C out, enter the details of students. Okay. So I starts from 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Enter admission number, S of I dot ADMNO. Enter name, S of I dot name. C in S of I dot mark. So 5 students details we can enter by using this loop. Okay. Now display all the details. So I put a heading there. See out admission number, name and mark. So heading we will get. And row by row. For getting row by row result, we can use again for loop. I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. So here S of I dot admission number, see out. So S of 0th dot admission number. First student admission number will display. Then tab space will get. Then name, that student's name will display. Then that student's mark will display. Then enter. So after printing the first student details, the cursor will move to the next line for the second student, that is enter. Okay. So the next, second student's details will display. So like that, all 5 students list we'll get. Okay, understood now? So just to revise once more. Print admission number, name and mark of 5 students. So 5 students, how we can specify 5 students details? So see, structure definition, struct student, in the admission number, character name of 20 size, float mark. Then S is the variable we are declaring and the size is 5 here. Okay. Then program starts. Int I, see out student details. Okay, if you want to declare the array in main means how we can, what statement we want to write? Student space S of 5. Okay. So both way we can declare the variables. One is above the main, that is global declaration. Okay, if we want to declare it inside the main means we can write student space S of 5 semicolon. Okay, now enter the details. I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Enter admission number S of I dot ADMNO. So for name, S of I dot name. For mark, S of I dot mark. That means I is equal to 0 now. So 0th cell for first student detail. Then the second student detail. Then the third. Then fourth. Then fifth. Then after that, display all the details. So see out admission number, name and mark. That is the heading. Column headings. Okay, that is the format I put here. So first we want to get the heading. So before for loop I put the heading. See out admission number, then slash T for tab space, then name slash T mark. So we'll get 3 columns. Okay. Then one by one I want to display it down. So I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Inside that for loop we can write C out S of 5 dot IDMNO. Then put that same space slash T S of I dot name space, then S of I dot mark. So first student details will display. Then NTEL. What is NTEL? The line is ending there. The cursor will move to the next line, and for second student's details will display there. Okay. So I plus plus, then S of 1 dot ADMNO, S of 1 dot name, S of 1 dot mark. So like that, 5 students details will print new lines. So we will get row by row details. Okay, understood this program now? Okay. Then I'll show you how to display these details in the output screen. So first save the program, then compile it, then build, then execute. So after executing, the screen will be like, see the output screen, 5 students details I entered and the admission number 1000 and their name Ajay I put and their marks 290.00. Again repeating and the admission number 1200 and the name Rahul and the marks 289.00. Then for the third student and the admission number 2100 and their name Anand and their marks 300. Then again at the admission number 2300 and the name Biju and the marks 230. Then enter admission number for the last student 2200, name Nandu and the mark 300. Then see the output displayed. The column headings first, admission number, name, mark. And all the students' details row by row will get. First student details, that is S of 0th detail, 1000, Ajay, 290. Okay. Then the second student detail 1200, Rahul 289. See the enter details and the output screen. Understood now? The third student 2100, Anand 300. Then the fourth student 2300, Viju 230 mark. Then 2200, that is admission number. Then Nantu, name, then mark 300. Okay, so this is the way of using arrays of structure. Okay, so if you are using independent variable and just think the array of a structure, this is good, right? Yeah. So I'll give you some assignments now after the session. Listen carefully and check all the topics whatever I took in this video, mainly that arrays. Okay, thank you. Now we can wind up. Take care. Bye. I hope you all understood the concept of arrays of structure. So in the coming session, we can discuss some activities based on arrays of structure. So see you all. Take care. Bye. Thank you.